Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. My name is Brianna and this is For Pause in a Book. I make book and lifestyle related content, so if that's something that you're interested in, make sure that you hit that subscribe button down below. Today we are going to be doing a book scavenger hunt to find my next read. Have an insane TBR? Yes. Am I going to finish that TBR this month? Probably not. Am I still doing this so that I can have a new read to take to Arizona next week? Yes. Yes, I am. Okay. Like I said, I'm going to be on a plane. I am going on a little business trip. It's just like overnight. So it'll be quick. But let's see if I can find a book that I can take with me. We'll see. We'll try to at least read it by the end of the month. We will try. Will I actually succeed? Maybe not. But let's just do it anyway, okay? I have done this scavenger hunt before. I used Books and Lala's questions, so I'll link my video of that up above. Kayla's not the original creator of this, but she is definitely the one that made it popular. And then the original creator is Peter Likes Books, and I'll link everyone down below. I'm gonna do this a little differently though, because Cassidy over with Covers with Cassidy, who is one of my dear friends, came up with her own. Actually, several people came up with their own, but I liked Cassidy's questions. Also, she put them in her description, and that way I didn't have to write them down. So, thank you, Cassidy. So, we're going to use her prompts, and they're not easy, and I haven't looked at them all. I mean, I watched her video, but then I didn't, try to pick my own books from them, so this should be fun. Let's try this, okay? The first question is, a book that you're glad you didn't judge by the cover. So I'll find a book that I didn't necessarily like at the beginning, or the cover, I didn't like the cover of it, but it ended up being a really good book. So I'll be right back. This was already harder than I thought it was going to be. I don't necessarily keep books that I don't like the covers of, so that was fun. But I did find The Book of Essie by Mclean. This was a 5-star book. This is a book about a girl that kind of grows up in a Duggar-style cult. And then she gets pregnant, and there's a whole drama about that, and there's a lot of trigger warnings for sexual assault and things like that, but I don't love the cover of this. I don't love just this singular person on it. I think it fits the theme of the book, but it's not a book that I would want to necessarily have a face out cover of, if that makes sense. Okay, the next prompt is a book heavier than the last. Amazon does tell you the weights of them, but this is book of the month, so I don't know. So let me figure that out. I couldn't find weights for book of the month, and so I was like, okay, well, I'll just look at the hardcover binding of it on Amazon, and they don't have a hardcover binding of it. They only have the large print of it, which I think would affect the weight because there's going to be more pages. So here's what we're going to do. We're just going to pick another book of the month that is bigger, so it weighs more. I'm gonna make a mess of my office. It's fine. Okay, so this is The Keeper of Night by Kylie Lee Baker. I haven't read this book yet, but I want to say it's Asian-inspired fantasy, and I've heard good things about it. I will probably end up unhauling this copy of it because I found out that it's not a standalone, and so I'm gonna want matching covers, and book of the month doesn't do sequels. So, that's fun. Okay, so let's look at the next prompt. That is going to be a book with the same number of chapters as the last one. I probably should have checked to see if this one had chapter numbers. That would have been a good thing. 22 chapters. That's not a lot of chapters for this book. Okay, I'm going to go find a book with 22 chapters. My thought is maybe romances will have that roughly amount. We'll see. 25. Either romances will have about the same or way more because they're very short chapters. Let's try maybe a YA. 30. So no. Yes, maybe we'll see. This is bad when you're trying to 47, definitely not that. I'm trying to not read the pages because I haven't read some of these books. How about a smaller book? Smaller books maybe? Who would have thought a fantasy only had 22 chapters? 19. Okay, that's probably the closest one. I wonder if its sequel would have 22. Right? That would make sense. 21. Okay, so this one is the closest. I'm getting close, but like, interestingly enough, not with fantasy. I'm trying to think, like, I think that might be the closest that we're gonna get without like completely destroying my books. 40. One more. I'm gonna try one more, and then if not, we're gonna go with that one. This doesn't even have chapters. Okay, we're gonna just go with this one. It's 21 books. Into the Midnight Void by Myra Fitzgerald. Haven't read this one yet. Wanted to read it during Pride Month. Didn't get to. Alright, so the next prompt is a book where the same author has blurbed it and the previous, or the author of the previous book has blurbed the new book. I don't know that Myra Fitzgerald has blurbed any books that I own. I don't know. What I might have to do is there's a bunch of blurbs on here, and so we might take an author from here and pick a new book from them. And I know that's kind of changing the prompt a little bit, but I don't care. I may have like written myself into a corner with this one. Oops, my bad. Okay, that's what we're gonna do because I can't think of one. There are there's two authors on here that I have books of. So we have Christine Lynn Harriman, The Devouring Grey, or Tara Sim also blurbed that book. So let's see what the prompt is and then we'll decide. The next prompt is a book with the opposite cover. So now I have to just decide. Okay, we're gonna go with this one because this one seems more interesting. This is just black and gold. Okay, so Devouring Grey by Christine Lynn Harriman. It's a dark blue. It's very spooky, very ominous. We've got skulls. We've got like tarot things. This is a very like ominous, spooky. So the opposite of that would be like light and fluffy, right? Let's see what I can find. So there's a couple of ways I can do this. I could go like YA contemporary light and fluffy, right? Or if I wanted to stay in the same like genre, but still like have a very opposite cover, I think this seems really opposite, right? This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna go with this one. I haven't read this one either. This is a YA fantasy that's like has a tea-based magic, and I'm here for that. So this is a book published in the same year is the next prompt. I think this is a 2022 release. Yes, 2022. So I just had to find a frontlist book. I can do that. This is mid-year. Okay, so 2022 release. 2022 release, Wicked Beauty by Katie Robert. I have read this one. This is the third book in the Dark Olympus series, and I just read it back in June. You can check my wrap up there. Okay, the next prompt is the reverse amount of pages. So the example says the previous book was 394, then this next book has to be 493, or closest to. Okay, so not including acknowledgments, this is 386 pages, so 683. Gotta find a big book. BRB. So maybe Holobox is bigger. Please make this not the last prompt. I'm not reading a chunker. 547. Okay, gotta get bigger. This one seems big. I don't think it's that big, but they are paper. No, it's only 489 pages. Do I need to pull out the chonker? I think this might actually overshoot it. 879. Yeah, I overshot that one a little bit. 582. I feel like I just am gonna have to sit in this Cassandra Clare because this is pretty much the only books that I have that would be this big. 656. Okay, so this is the closest. I think that's probably where we're gonna end up landing. Because I don't think I have anything. I don't think I have anything anywhere close to that. Let me check Empire of Gold. Yeah, we're going to go with this one. This is the closest. It's like 20 pages off. It's fine. Okay, so the next prompt is last letter, first letter. So the last letter of this book has to be the first letter of the next book. So in. Okay, so fun fact, my A to Z TBR, my in is an ebook. So let's see if I can find another one. I'm dumb. This isn't a book that I have to read, so Neon Gods. Here we go. This is the first book in the Dark Olympus series. Here we go. I'm pretty sure this is the only in book that I have on my entire shelf here, so yay. Okay, and then the next one is a book with a similar spine. So, I mean, like, obviously I could be really easy and do, like, the rest of the series, but I think I'm just going to try to do one that has, like, block letters, maybe an image here, and then the author. Okay? We're going to use Accurate Eve Brown by Talia Hibbert. Obviously, like, different colors, very, very different colors. But it's the block letter, image, author. So that's what we're going to go with. And then the last prompt, so the prompt of the book that we are going to be reading is the next color of the rainbow. So ROYGBIV and then black, gray, white. Okay, so this is predominantly blue, so the next color would be like a dark blue. So let's find a book. I have a couple of options for this. Obviously, dark blue is a pretty popular cover, or a pretty popular color. However, this is probably not one that I will take to Arizona now that I've like gotten to this point. However, Sapphic-a-thon follows up. I think as you're watching this, maybe it starts tomorrow or Saturday. It's very close. So, Written in the Stars by Alexandra Bellefier. This is a sapphic romance set in Seattle with like an astrologer, I think. I don't know a lot about this, but I know that a lot of people have talked about it, and the third book in this series has a pansexual main character, and I really want to read that, but I don't want to read them out of order, so we'll start here. That's my scavenger hunt. This is just proof that I can take a scavenger hunt written by a fantasy reader who just does fantasy and still end up with a romance book, so here we are. I will link all of the questions down below. I'll also link Cassidy's video down below, and you should definitely go check that out. Everything's gonna be linked. There's lots of links down below. All right, cool. That is all I have for you today. If you are new here and you have not yet subscribed, there's a little red button that you can do so down below the video, and all of the other links to my social media will be in the description below if you'd like to be my friend on any other platform. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.